Live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment is what I do. And today I am going to be doing a movie review. Jurassic Park Dominion. Excuse me. Jurassic World Dominion. But before we get off into that, I need y'all to get off into what y'all always get off into. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page so that when new alerts come out, you get first crack at them. Like this one right here. If you're digging what a brother's shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to the Be Real with D-Real page. Your man's growing something. All right, let's get, spoilers. I will definitely be dropping spoilers. So if you haven't seen Jurassic World Dominion and you're planning to see it, you probably don't want to rock with my review, or you want to go straight to the end of the review where I give my rating of said movie. That being said, Jurassic Park Dominion was a who's who of all things Jurassic Park. For the most part, every single dinosaur, every single person who has ever appeared in a Jurassic Park movie that ain't dead was in this movie. Now, I know reviewers and folks screening the movie said that this was the worst Jurassic World movie or Jurassic Park movie of the franchise. I disagree. That last Jurassic Park movie was the worst Jurassic World now. That last Jurassic World movie was the worst Jurassic World movie in the franchise. When they put the things on the raptors and they was out hunting and folks was doing whatever. Didn't really care for that one. And if we're going to talk about the original series, that third one was pretty bad. It just, I mean, the Spinosaurus was cool, but everything else wasn't, if that makes sense. But we're going to go piece by piece through this movie and break everything down. Okay, your main players: Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Laura Dern, Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and two newcomers of color. Okay, DeWanda Wise and Mamadou Athie. Now, DeWanda Wise plays the role of Kayla Watts. Kayla Watts is a sly, slick, streetwise gal who's a pilot, and she don't really care about who she fly where, as long as the money's right. And Mamadou Athie plays Ramsey Cole, one of the scientific types that work at this genetic engineering place called Biosyn. Now, in Jurassic World Dominion, dinosaurs are now as common in the world as dogs and cats. Literally, there are scenes where little girls are getting chased on the beach by compies and little pterodactyls and pterosaurs are attacking people, and then there's one nesting in a tower in what looks like maybe like Dubai or somewhere like that, like on top of the Burj Khalifa or something, built a nest around it, or it wasn't the Burj Khalifa, but it was a really high tower, and it had like I think it was a Quetzalcoatl. I can't say. I love dinosaurs, but I can't say dinosaur names very well at all. Giganotosaurus. That's a mouthful. Giganotosaurus, the largest apex predator on Earth. Okay. Is out on the loose and squares off with the T-Rex. For some strange, you know what? I ain't gonna spoil that part for you. But the last time the T-Rex met something that was quote unquote also an apex predator, T-Rex got his head handed to him. Anyway, we're basically following a story where the villain of this movie, or who we would call the primary villain of this movie, is a guy named Lewis Dodgson, played by Campbell Scott, who I remember playing Richard Parker in The Amazing Spider-Man, and he was also on House of Cards. House of Cards. Why could I not remember House of Cards? Anyway, he was in that. Even B.D. Wong makes a return as Henry Wu. Omar Sy, he shows up again as the African guy who kicks it with Christopher Pratt. I can't remember his name. Barry. There you go, Barry. Okay. Anyway, Biosyn is the name of this company, and Biosyn engineers these big ass locusts, man. They had to be about that big. Okay. And these locusts are eating everything up except stuff that has been fertilized by Biosyn's fertilizer. So basically, they are attempting to create a monopoly on our food supply, or on the food supply in that movie. Jurassic World, or Jurassic Park, the book as it was originally written, gets to this. And this is ultimately what Jurassic Park is supposed to be about. Not just the creation and proliferation of dinosaurs, but the appropriation of dinosaurs, and just kind of genetically messing with them and splicing them and creating things that human beings don't necessarily have any business creating. But basically, the issue is these locusts are going to eat up the earth, and Ellie, Ellie, Alan, and Ian, you know, they own what they do. They getting together and they get into Biosyn. Meanwhile, Claire and Owen have become a couple, and they have adopted this girl who has been cloned. What's her name? Her name's Maisie Lockwood. She's cloned from Claire Lockwood, who's supposed to be the widow of Richard Attenborough, Mr. Attenborough. Okay, his character, the guy who walking around with the amber cane on, she's his widow. And so she clones herself, and this clone has the secret to opening up what needs to be opened up to control the situation, more or less. Blue, the blue raptor, reproduced in the wilderness on her own, and she has a baby. Her baby gets kidnapped. The little girl gets kidnapped. And so now we're running all over the planet trying to catch up with the kidnappers, trying to catch up with folks from Biosyn. And eventually they get to Biosyn, and that's when all of the Jurassic Worldy parkiness jumps off. Ultimately, they meet up with I keep forgetting everybody's name, with Kayla, played by DeWanda, who also I just read her credits. She was Nat Love's mom in The Harder They Fall. She's a very athletic looking woman. She's a very lovely looking woman. And she had a real, like I said, she had like a really street edge to her. You know, a lot of the things she was saying was like, yeah, in that situation, that is exactly what a Black person would probably do or say. So I enjoyed that. Like I was saying, the villain played by Campbell Scott was he was the quirkiest, strangest, yet nicest villain you ever want to meet. And what I mean by nice was he never was really like, he wasn't like villainous. It was like, from an intelligence standpoint, this is how things should be. And if you don't like it, I'll pay a lot of money to have some people wipe you out. Okay. Ultimately, everybody gets what they deserve in this movie. Okay. There are some scenes where some people get ate by dinosaurs. There are some scenes where some people are attacked by dinosaurs, and there are basically just some really super scary scenes that you don't really, I guess you could take kids, but get ready for some moments. The Dilophosaurus is back, the one with the little fin and spitting that stuff on people. Those are back. And then they even have one of my favorite dinosaurs in there, Dimetrodon. That's the one with the sail on his back. But yeah, and that's not from the Jurassic period. The Dimetrodon is not from the Jurassic period. I think it's from the Triassic period. But I was into dinosaurs as a kid. But anyways, even though I can't say their names very well, overall, the movie has a running time of 2 hours and 26 minutes. But because it is so engaging and entertaining, you don't notice that movie is 2 hours and 26 minutes long. I do not know what all of these critics and these people that are out here talking about this is the worst Jurassic and blah, 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 blah. If this is going to be the last Jurassic Park movie, this is a great way to end that franchise, or to, you know, finish or be done with it, because everybody gets what they want to get. I mean, there's an awkward kind of let's get back together thing going on between Alan and Ellie, because Ellie ain't with her husband no more, and Alan never had nobody. So it's just a matter. We know it's just a matter of time. Oh, Alan single, Ellie single. Oh, they linking back up, and that's where you at. Owen and Claire are already linked up, because I know, was it 2 movies ago or 1 movie ago? I know they couldn't stand each other, but now they like, shoot, we bumping uglies now, and I love you, girl. But you know who I would have liked to see in this movie, who didn't appear in this movie? Ian Malcolm's daughter, the little black girl who was doing gymnastics and was kicking the velociraptors and all. I would have loved to see her grown and trying to do some gymnastics on a dinosaur, or doing something cool. You know what I mean? But other than that, the movie was very enjoyable. The movie, they didn't really miss a beat. Once it started going, it was just like high octane action. It's a summer movie. It does what it's supposed to do. As far as acting, Jurassic Park, the people who act scared look really scared. and that's probably the one emotion that we see a lot of. People running, people afraid, people panicking, people angry. Angry people look angry. Overall, it's about the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs looked very dinosaur-y. There was a lot of CGI. There was a lot of animatronic stuff going on. It all looked good to me. Overall, I gave Jurassic Park Dominion a solid 8, because it is entertaining, it kept my attention, and it was not nearly as bad as these folks was talking about it was. So, do you like dinosaurs? Do you like Jurassic Park? Do you like Jurassic World? Do you like Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, or any of those actors that are in that movie? Tell me in the comments how you feel. And I will be coming at y'all with another one of them other ones. And until I do, yeah, y'all be good. Be good to each other.